This is Luke chapter 19, verse 13. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, Occupy till I come. All right, Shalom. I want to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rukakudash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Rakoya from the GMS Orlando camp, coming at you with another impromptu lesson. All right, as you see from the title of this lesson, patience is not passive. All right, now, just had a couple of precepts I wanted to bring out tonight, going into the topic, because in our patience, we have to constantly be occupied, all right, in prophecy, all right, constantly be occupied in the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, patience is not a passive quality. It's not a passive trait. All right, patience is rather an active trait, because in patience, if you're not occupying yourself, oftentimes you can tear yourself down, because in patience, the mind gets to wonder. The mind gets to wondering about the what if, what will happen if, what happens if this happens, or what do I do if this happens? You begin to tear yourself down. That's why the Lord told us to occupy until he comes, to be found doing when he returns. All right. But let me read this again. This is Luke chapter 19 and verse 13. It says, and he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, Occupy till I come. All right, and each one of us in the faith has a allotted pound, all right, of this truth. All right, allotted measure in this truth of ours that we have to occupy, multiply until the Lord returns, and with each measure that we're all divvied out, with our measure in this truth, we have to constantly multiply, constantly, get that return on it, because that's what the Lord is going to come back seeking for when he returns, man. And the only way we're going to be able to do so is by occupying until the Lord returns. All right, staying occupied in prophecy. All right, staying occupied in the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Staying occupied in the ministry. Staying occupied in prayer and reading and fasting. And all the tools that the Lord gave us, in this truth. Because by doing so, not only do we, fulfill the work of the Lord, but we also gain character. We also build character. We also fortify ourselves spiritually and mentally. We become stronger vessels of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the process as we occupy. It says, again, and he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds, said unto them, Occupy till I come. All right, this is Luke chapter 12, verse 43. It says, Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. All right, we want to be found doing, when the Lord returns. We want to be found occupied in our mission, occupied in our purpose when the Lord returns. That's the whole purpose, of this journey. That's the whole purpose of this truth. The Lord gave us an occupation, or he gave us a purpose. He restored our purpose, essentially. And with our purpose being restored, we have to occupy ourselves in it. All right, and that means being occupied in the work. All right, being occupied in the ministry. Being occupied in the street preaching, in the highways and byways, on these e-epistles. Occupying ourselves when it comes to prayer. When it comes to fasting, when it comes to reading. All these things, and doing all these things, we occupy ourselves, and we fortify ourselves for the times to come. Like the old saying in the world goes, an idle mind is the devil's playground. An idle mind is the devil's playground. And that's what the devil seeks for our minds to be. This world wants our minds to be idle. The so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, wants our minds to be idle. That's why he puts all these distractions out here in this world. That's why they have liquor stores. That's why they have, casinos. They got clubs. They got, the illusion of all these, the illusion of the bag. They got this bad bitch syndrome out here that for jakes who are occupied in women. They got all these different occupations out here, all these different distractions out here to sway us from our true occupation, to sway us from being occupied in prophecy, to sway us from being occupied in Yahweh Shemal Rashad, you know, to disrupt our patience. But through the Spirit, man, we have to stay focused. You know, we have to stay focused. And we have to occupy in our patience. Excuse me, I had to move the show